5 stages of business. Of course, the first one is startup. That is when you establish the business. The first stage is startup. So I'm very sure that a good number of us here are already, either you are working in a business or you have already established your own business. So we are no longer talking about startup. The second stage is survivor. Survivor. That's the second stage. So at this point now, we are looking at whether that business will be alive or dead. That is the survivor stage. That is when you overcome the initial challenges. Either the challenge is associated with your staff or with your customers or with your products. That's the survivor stage. Then we have the stabilization stage. Stabilization stage. That is when the business begins to stabilize, because you have overcome the survivor stage. Now your business is gradually stabilizing. All right? So at this point, you are achieving your goal. You are becoming consistent. Because one of the challenges most businesses have is lack of consistency. Everybody say consistency. That is, you promise you're going to do this, and you do it well. Any moment will show up in your business. Consistency. So in stabilization, you are achieving consistency, and your business is beginning to survive. And then number 4 is where a lot of us fail. Number 4 is scaling. So at this point, we are talking about growth. Unfortunately, a good number of businesses end at stabilization. They don't scale. I had a story that was shared by a comedian. He said he met a billionaire, and the billionaire told him, scale everything you do by 10. That is 10x. He said, anything you are doing now, scale them by 10. So if the value of your business currently is 500 million naira, scale it by 10. That is 5 billion naira. Whatever you are doing now, scale it. If you are not thinking growth, you remain at stabilization stage, making sure you're holding the business so that nothing will spoil. All right? The business stays afloat. You have the place you go to every day. I mean, you have a place that keeps you busy on a daily basis. That is stabilization. But you need to scale. That is growing and expanding the business. Everybody say growing and expanding the business. Say it. That is scaling, taking the business to the next level. One of the reasons why I like businesses from the West, especially from US, is because the moment they establish a business, the next thing they are thinking is scaling. How can we take this business to the next level? You know, there was an instruction I gave us last year. I said nobody should embark on any building project, whether it's personal or commercial. The reason why I say that is because the moment we get to stabilization stage, the next thing we start doing, or the next action we take, is to start squandering the money. You start building house in the village, building in the city, and then you buying cars. That's one of the reasons why businesses do not get to the scaling stage. You got to stabilization, but you couldn't scale. Because you started squandering the money. Maybe now you are seeing 250 million naira in the business, or 50 million naira, 100 million naira in the business. The next action is squandering the money. And then final stage is success. This is when your business finally, number 5, is success. So this is when we can say your business has grown and it is currently going global. One of our heart desires, and one of the things we want to make sure that anyone that attend this event, CEO Success Summit, achieving his or her business, is taking it to the global stage. I'm telling you, your business can go global. But there is something here I discovered. One of the reasons why a business doesn't go global is what I call low aim. In fact, a great man said, low aim is a crime. What did I say? Say it, everybody. Low M is a crime. That is aiming for survival. All right? I have a house, I have a car, I travel abroad. That is low M. So one of the reasons why I think our businesses are not growing as it should is because we are not thinking growth. Rather, we love maintaining what we have. So we don't think growth, we think maintenance. That's the difference. Maintenance is making sure you go to your shop every day, go to your factory every day. You maintain what you have, but you are not thinking growth because you are aiming low. So the man said, low M is a crime. Low M is a crime. So let's go to our discussion for today.